News Channel 3 starts off with breaking news right now.
And we are following several breaking news stories tonight. 9 people are confirmed dead and 16 injured as a van plows into pedestrians on a crowded sidewalk in Toronto. That driver is now behind bars. Plus, the manhunt is over tonight for the man who police say opened fire at a Waffle House restaurant in Tennessee, killing 4 people. We'll get to those stories in just a minute, but first, a man accused of driving a stolen vehicle that led to an officer-involved shooting learns his fate.
Gary Kingsbury will head to jail for illegal use of a vehicle. News Channel 3's Anna Giles was at the hearing that wrapped up just minutes ago.
And she is live at the Van Buren County Courthouse in Paw Paw tonight with more. Anna.
Well, Andy and Kate, Kingsbury will spend 6 months in the Van Buren County Jail for that unlawful use of a motor vehicle charge. That's the full sentence the prosecution asked for. The judge says she granted it because of Kingsbury's previous parole violations and run-ins with the law. Kingsbury did not speak up in court today about his sentencing. This unlawful use of a motor vehicle charge is in connection to an officer-involved shooting incident in Matawan late last year. According to police records, Kingsbury was driving a stolen vehicle when former Matawan police officer Chelsea O'Million tried to pull him over. When he didn't stop, she shot bullets into the back of the car. The incident shut down Matawan schools, sending parents into a panic. O'Million has also been charged in connection to this incident with reckless discharge of a firearm. That case is expected to go to trial this summer. Now, Kingsbury's family was in court today telling him that they love him. They have spoken with News Channel 3 in the past, just telling us that they hope justice is served in the case involving Chelsea O'Million. For now, live in Paw Paw, Anna Giles, News Channel 3.
At least 9 people are dead and 16 others were hurt after a van plowed down a crowded sidewalk in North Toronto. And police say the suspect is behind bars at this hour. Authorities say they don't yet know the cause or the reason for the collision, but U.S. law enforcement sources tell CBS News the incident appears to have been a deliberate act. The suspect reportedly ran away from the scene before being arrested. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says he is monitoring this situation. The man accused of killing 4 people at a Nashville area Waffle House is now in custody. Travis Reinking's arrest capped a day-long manhunt. Police say he unloaded an assault-style rifle at the restaurant early Sunday morning. His motive remains unclear. Last summer, he was arrested by the Secret Service for trespassing near the White House.
Doors pried, locks broken, walls cut, and a mystery remains tonight as to who broke into Matawan Jewelers in Portage. Last night, News Channel 3 was the first to report the break-in that many have described as professional and intricate. News Channel 3 investigative reporter Cody Combs was first on the scene last night, and he's back where the break-in happened, where repairs are now underway. Cody.
Andy, intricate is almost an understatement to describe the break-in at Matawan Jewelers. Those who work in this plaza say although they're initially impressed by the precision of the break-in, make no mistake, they're also furious. The pet grooming salon was the point of entry, door locks destroyed, leading to holes cut through the wall into this pedicure salon's bathroom. And then whomever did this cut another hole through a wall leading to the safe at Matawan Jewelers, which, as you guessed it, was broken into. Matawan Jewelers owner Pierre Matawan says no one was hurt, but the intricacy of the break-in mystifies even him.
This was one of the big ones. We've had issues in Grand Rapids, as you know. We've had issues in our stores, different places.
Cleanup continues inside the stores. There's hole after hole and wall after wall. The staff of the first place broken into, Paws and Claws Pet Grooming, is both outraged and at once in awe of the break-in.
How they got into their safe or vault or whatever they have, that's just amazing. To get from building to building to building. It was a lot of work, but they were ready, and you could tell they went in and they meant it.
Mill says not only was the break-in done with ruthless efficiency, but it was also ruthlessly destructive in some ways.
And they took the vanity and they just threw the vanity right to the side.
Portage police say they're sorting through evidence, stopping just short of saying if there's any video evidence of the break-in. Deputy Chief John Blue says he knows someone out there knows something.
We have a lot of different ways we can search, but our important thing is that from the night of the 21st, after the close of business, to the 22nd, someone saw something. and someone had to have seen some movement, some activity, something that was out of the ordinary.
And it turns out there was likely one witness who saw at least the beginning of this break-in. Coming up at 6, we'll tell you why that witness is very unlikely to talk. Reporting live in Portage, I'm Cody Combs, News Channel 3.
Well, turning our attention to the weather now, it is a beautiful day with sunshine and temperatures near 70 degrees. Here is a live look over Battle Creek. Enjoy this nice weather while it lasts tonight because changes are coming, including some rain. When will it get here? Chief Meteorologist Keith Thompson is tracking that for us in Severe Weather Center 3. Hi, Keith.
Hi there, Kate. And what a gorgeous day today, not only with that sunshine, but the mild temperatures, 74 right now in Kalamazoo. And as you see, that leads the way. Battle Creek, as we were just showing you live, is at 73, just behind. In Allegan, the same, little cooler in Hastings, Grand Rapids, also Coldwater, Sturgis, and Marshall. Along the lakeshore, how about South Haven coming in at 74 too? Well, the clouds are already starting to move in from south to north, and the rain is not far away. Check it out. We look at live Doppler radar off to the south, raining right now in Fort Wayne, for example. Those showers are moving up close to the Michigan-Indiana line. They're not going to get here as fast as you might think because the air is really dry right now. Our dew point's only about 40 degrees, so low relative humidity means that it's going to take a while in our evening fastcast. Clouds building. Showers, I think, will be here by about midnight or so, and then tomorrow will be cooler and wetter. I'll have more on that part of the forecast coming up hour by hour in just a bit. Andy.
All right, tonight police need your help to find a local teenage girl who disappeared last week. 18-year-old Mackenzie Laughlin was last seen near Fuller and I-196 in Grand Rapids a few days ago. Kent County deputies say she has several medical conditions and does not have her medicine with her. Laughlin is about 5'5", 120 pounds with brown hair and brown eyes. Call police if you have any information. Well, 2 men arrested following a shooting and high-speed chase through Calhoun County are officially charged tonight. William Google and Rodney Davis were both arraigned today on a charge of assault with intent to do great bodily harm, less than murder. Davis also faced a second charge of fleeing from police. An alert was issued to law enforcement agencies on Friday night after a man was shot in Albion. A sergeant with the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office then spotted the suspect vehicle, and that kicked off a high-speed chase down I-94, speeds reportedly topping out at 125 miles an hour. It finally ended in Emmett Township, and the 2 suspects were both arrested. Tonight at 6, we're getting our first look at police dash cam video from that chase.
A controversial statue at Kalamazoo's Bronson Park is now being removed. Today is the first day crews are at work taking down the Fountain of the Pioneers. This comes after months of heavy debate claiming the statue represents racism. News Channel 3's Frankie Thompson joins us live at the site downtown. Frankie.
Kate, all day behind this fence, crews have been drilling and chiseling away at small sections of the fountain. City leaders tell me we can expect to see concrete cutting on the larger sections as early as tomorrow. Earlier today, we spoke to frequent park visitors who have been watching all of this transpire. The spring weather is bringing out all kinds of visitors at Bronson Park in Kalamazoo. Mark Zuverink comes here with his son almost daily.
Just the peacefulness in the middle of the city.
That peacefulness is interrupted by the sounds of construction. Contractors specializing in preservation begin work removing the Fountain of Pioneers. Controversy has been circulating around the statue, many people claiming it represents racism. The city is now reworking plans to replace it.
Looking at how can we use Bronson Park not only as an active place, a passive recreation place, but also as a way that we can educate about the history of Kalamazoo and the Native Americans that were here before many of the settlers.
I hope that they do it right and that it's a lasting change that a half a generation from now we don't need to fix.
Both pools at the park will be converted to lawns as the city brainstorms new ideas. City leaders say the statue will be stored until a suitable place is found to display it.
We are continuing to talk with different educational institutions, art galleries, museums locally, and we've also been contacted from some people throughout the country who have shown an interest.
City leaders tell me they've been looking over several ideas from public input. Coming up at 6, here's some of those future plans that could come here once the construction is cleared. Live in downtown Kalamazoo, Frankie Thompson, News Channel 3.
Well, construction season is getting into full swing in downtown Kalamazoo. Here's a live look at the downtown area through the News Channel 3 Peregrine Tower Cam. City, state, and local energy workers have already placed orange barrels along some area roads. Consumers' energy crews have started installing gas lines, and the work will impact traffic. Affected areas include sections of Rose Street, Bates Alley, and Academy between Rose and Park. Be sure to stay with News Channel 3 for updates on all of these road projects.
Authorities have identified the man killed in a Sunday morning shooting in Muskegon tonight. 29-year-old Jordan Carey was shot and killed at a home on Merrill Avenue near 5th Street just before 7:30 a.m. 25-year-old Mariah Cantu was also shot, but is out of the hospital now and will be all right. Authorities shot and killed the suspect at a home in West Olive Estates later that day after officers say he held a gun to his wife's head and refused to drop the weapon. State troopers are investigating whether the police shooting was justified. Convicted killer Jeffrey Willis will have separate trials for the 2013 murder of Jessica HEERINOA and the alleged kidnapping of a teenage girl in 2016. A Muskegon judge decided today that Willis will be tried for HEERINOA's murder next month. That young mother disappeared during her shift at a Norton Shores gas station now almost 5 years ago. Willis is already serving life in prison for the 2014 murder of Rebecca Blanche.
A suspect is in jail tonight accused of intentionally setting a fire at a Kalamazoo home. The flames broke out last night at the home on Myers Street near Vine in the Edison neighborhood. Firefighters arrived to find flames coming out of the home and someone having difficulty breathing. They got the flames under control and the resident was treated on scene. We're told a suspect accused of lighting that fire was arrested.
Well, at any moment now, the Senate Foreign Relations Committee will hold a vote on the nomination of Mike Pompeo as the new Secretary of State. Here is a live look inside committee chambers where they are hearing comments now, and the outcome of the vote is uncertain. However, Pompeo reportedly does have the support we're hearing of 3 Democratic senators. Today, President Trump took to Twitter to attack those who were threatening to vote Pompeo down. He called them obstructionists. The full Senate is still expected to consider Pompeo's nomination later this week. Once again, the Senate Foreign Relations Committee holding a vote right now, and here's a live look at that process on Mike Pompeo as Secretary of State. Be sure to stay with News Channel 3 for the latest.
Well, Britain is celebrating the birth of the country's newest royal baby. Prince William's wife, Kate, gave birth to a healthy baby boy this morning. Crowds cheered as Prince William walked out of the hospital hours after Kate gave birth to their 3rd child. The 8-pound, 7-ounce baby will be a little brother to 4-year-old Prince George. Can't believe he's 4 already. Yeah. And 2-year-old Princess Charlotte. After several hours of labor, Duchess Kate gave birth at the prestigious Lindo wing of St. Mary's Hospital in London. It can take days or even weeks for royal parents to announce a name. William and Kate will need to run it by Queen Elizabeth first.
Really?
She's got to sign off on it.
That's right.
But some top bets are Arthur, Albert, and Philip.
Oh, they're really straying far there, aren't they?
She looks amazing. I don't know how she can emerge in just the same day within several hours of giving birth.
And looking great.
Amazing.
They're the other 2 kids there visiting their new brother. Well, a new state law would require some people on Medicaid to work a certain number of hours to receive their benefits. Why some state leaders say that change is needed.
Researchers say eating breakfast every day could help you stay trim and keep you from gaining weight. I'm Chris Martinez in Burbank, California with the results of a new study.
Welcome back to News Channel 3 Live at 5 on this Monday. I'm Andy Dominion.
And I'm Kate Tillotson. A new study suggests adults who eat breakfast more often are less likely to gain weight and develop that dangerous belly fat.
Most important meal of the day, they say.
Yes.
Chris Martinez explains from Burbank, California.
At Priscilla's Cafe in Burbank, California, many customers start their day with a light breakfast.
It sets you up well for eating well and your meals throughout the rest of the day, so you're not crashing.
Now a new study says a regular meal in the morning could help you stay slim. Mayo Clinic researchers analyzed the breakfast habits of about 350 adults. They found people who ate breakfast regularly only gained about 3 pounds over the past year. People who ate breakfast occasionally put on about 5 pounds, while people who skipped a morning meal entirely gained about 8 pounds and developed dangerous belly fat.
It's the fat that produces substances, toxins that damage the blood vessels.
Cardiologist Ferenc Summers says researchers are still working to figure out the correlation between breakfast and weight. His leading theory?
If you eat a good breakfast in the morning, you're less likely to be hungry during the course of the day.
Breakfast regular Jewel McPherson agrees.
I never feel like famished and like I need to like overdo anything because I already feel very like energized from the start.
Researchers say making breakfast a habit for young people could help them maintain a healthy weight as adults. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Burbank, California.
Some doctors say people should generally stick to healthier foods in the morning, like protein and healthy carbs, and try to avoid high-density, sugar-filled foods. Emmett Township police officers rescue a pair of puppies who were abandoned. The officers found them along the road and took them in to provide them with food and shelter. At this point, the department isn't looking to find them new homes. One of the officers is considering adopting them.
Well, a local firefighter receives a very special title. Portage Fire Battalion Chief Rick Nason is now one of only 1,300 people in the world to have the professional designation of Chief Fire Officer. That honor recognizes those who demonstrate excellence in several areas, including education, community involvement, and technical competence.
I believe that this award pushes everybody to create a lifestyle of learning, and that you continue to make yourself better and your department better, which makes our community safer.
Battalion Chief Nason will hold the title of Chief Fire Officer for 3 years, and our congratulations to him. Well, speaking of Chief Meteorologist Keith Thompson joining us in Severe Weather Center 3. You done good today, Keith.
Thank you very much. How about it? You know, if I had a dime for everybody who complimented me on the weather, well, I could pay off those who did not compliment me on the weather that we had last week. You know who you are. Live Doppler radar right now is quiet. We do have some rain, though. That's starting to show up just off to the south, as a matter of fact, but a gorgeous day today. And it looks like we'll be able to stretch it out here just a little bit longer. So if you have outdoor plans this evening, I think you're going to be good to go, even though you look at the radar here and you think, how can you say that? Look at all this rain just off to the south here. Well, two things to note. One, this rain is very light. There's not a lot to it. And two, the air over West Michigan right now is very dry. We're talking about an air temp right now in the low 70s with a dew point around 40. You come up with a relative humidity in the neighborhood of 30%. That dry air means it's going to take a little while before this moisture actually sort of cracks right on through. We're looking at our satellite and radar together, storm tracker, and as we get wider, you can see this is actually wrapping around an area of low pressure that's well off to the south here. It's going to be moving up to the north just a little bit, bringing this moisture right along with it, and eventually it will translate into some showers for us here in West Michigan. Let's go hour by hour, and I'll show you when. We start off at 5:15, current time here. You see that rain just off to the south, but again, the rain as it tries to move through, notice it sort of dissipates. This is our model sort of really factoring in that dry air that's in place. However, there's so much moisture coming in from the south, that dry air is not going to be able to keep off the rain for long. By midnight, I think along and south of I-94, Kalamazoo, Battle Creek, Three Rivers, Sturgis, Coldwater, you're going to be seeing some of these showers. And then by 4 o'clock in the morning, Allegan, Hastings, you'll start to see the rain moving up into Grand Rapids by about 7 o'clock in the morning. And we're going to continue to see those showers sort of cycling through, I think, as we go through the day. Well, let's take a live look right now and enjoy some of that sunshine that's out there. As we peek in on Allegan, we're already starting to see some of those high, thin clouds move in, sort of filtering the sunshine just a little bit. Allegan, right now, you're at 74 degrees. 74 in Kalamazoo, 73 in Battle Creek. What a gorgeous day, area-wide. Winds out of the south sort of negate that lake breeze, and as a result, South Haven is all the way up to 75. Check out the dew point, or the winds right now out of the south at 12, and that humidity is at 28%. Again, that's the factor of that dew point being so low. Tonight, clouds will be moving in, as I showed you on the hour by hour. I think we'll have some rain showers moving in by midnight, 49 for the low. Off and on showers during the day tomorrow. It will be cooler tomorrow. I think our high temperature tomorrow will be in the upper 50s, around 58 degrees. Could see a shower in here for Wednesday morning. It does stay a little bit cooler. In fact, we might go the whole next week without seeing 70 degrees. Even so, just remember, it wasn't that long ago. It was rain and snow in 36.
That's right.
So we are going in the right direction here. And we can actually, believe it or not, use just a little bit of light rain. So that's in the forecast.
This was the boost we needed, I think, to our spirits.
Wasn't it great? And all weekend long, too.
Yeah.
That's great.
Awesome.
Thank you for that, Keith.
Yes.
A police officer captures dash cam video of a tornado. We'll show you one of the hardest hit areas as property owners assess the damage.
Plus, a tight squeeze for one puppy whose head got stuck in a pipe. We'll show you how rescue crews finally got him out of there.
Residents of Alabama's Anchors Away RV Park are picking up the pieces, assessing the damage after a tornado ripped through, overturning several RVs. The storm was rated an EF0 by the National Weather Service with winds up to 85 miles per hour. The strength of the tornado flipped 5 campers onto their sides.
I was terrified. I was holding on, and there was nothing we could do. We couldn't get out.
The twister was caught on police dash cam as it touched down near Foley. At least 4 people were injured, with one listed in serious condition.
Well, a curious little puppy got his head stuck in a sewer pipe in St. Louis. It happened Friday. The St. Louis police captured the rescue on video. Officers say they're not sure what was in the sewer pipe that would have lured the dog, but it did not come off easily. Fortunately, they were able to safely remove the dog's head, and in the end, he was not hurt.
Wow.
Wow, good thing.
Yeah. Independent bookstores are growing across the country. Coming up, how these small businesses are thriving as many national chains are struggling.
French President Emmanuel Macron is in Washington, D.C. tonight for his first official state visit of Donald Trump's presidency. Macron arrived at the White House just moments ago, and the two leaders are expected to tackle a host of pressing international issues, including the potential summit with North Korea and the Iran nuclear deal. President Trump has threatened to end the deal, but President Macron says the agreement, while flawed, does have real security advantages. This week, the French president will address a joint session of Congress as well.
Bill Cosby's fate will soon be in the hands of jurors. The prosecution has rested its case, and Cosby's defense team appears to have only a few other witnesses. Closing statements could come later today. Cosby's accuser, Andrea Constant, testified last week detailing Cosby's alleged sexual assault on her in 2004. He has said their sex was consensual and has pleaded not guilty to charges of aggravated indecent assault.
Financial experts say the U.S. credit card debt has now topped $1 trillion. But tonight we're learning that a simple phone call can save you a lot of money on those credit card bills.